You know, the Democrats should be so proud of themselves for driving people so completely insane with the propaganda and the constant fear mongering, the constant call to violence against MAGA, the constant call of violence towards people who just voted for Donald Trump because of you constantly labeling Trump voters as a fucking threat to this country. An innocent elderly man outside of his home, not bothering a fucking soul, was beaten to a bloody pulp and may not even survive. Mind you, for years, this man has always showed his true patriotism, has always had his house decorated with American flags everywhere. He's a veteran. He loves this country. This time around, he made sure to add pictures and flags of Donald Trump and JD Vance because that's who he voted for, and he's proud of it. A man just proud of who he voted for, proud of this country, and loving his president was brutally beaten simply for that. And have you stupid people ever thought to yourself, if they claim, the Democrats claim, that MAGA and anyone who voted for Donald Trump is so fucking dangerous, then how come you never see anyone with a MAGA hat, a MAGA shirt, or someone who voted Republican brutally beating a Democrat into a bloody pulp? How come you never find that? How come you never find a fucking Republican Trump supporter rolling up to somebody's property and just beating the fuck out of them because they got a fucking Kamala flag or a Joe Biden flag outside their house? When do you hear that happening? This woman is about to lose her fucking husband, all because he loves this country and he loves his president. This is the fucking world that we live in today.
Yeah, the victim's wife says that her husband was targeted because of his political views.
You know, this is a crime. It's a fucking crime.
Maria Garcia in tears after finding her 69-year-old Army veteran husband, Kerry Sharon, beaten and bloody outside their Escondido home on Wednesday afternoon.
And all the body look like that.
Crime scene video shows the aftermath of the attack. Police say 32-year-old Thomas Caleb Butler has been booked in jail for attempted murder.
I want justice and I want the people thinking different because it's too much hate.
Maria says her husband was outside working on his truck minutes before he was assaulted. She says he didn't know his attacker and it was unprovoked, triggered, she says, by the couple's political views and the signs and banners that dressed their home in support of President Donald Trump. You're saying that your husband was attacked because of the Trump flags that you have on your home?
Yeah. It's political stuff, you know, because I support Trump.
For years, Maria says they've decorated their property this way.
They took 150 years for freedom.
And for years, she says they've also been harassed by people who walk by, but not physically.
They're really nice people. Yeah, I felt so bad.
Neighbor Jean Angeli says almost every morning for an hour, the couple stands outside their home on the corner of Buchanan and East Mission Avenue, waving flags and demonstrating support for President Trump.
One of the signs says, honk for Trump. So the cars, they honk and they smile. He smiles back and he waves, and that's it.
Political views aside, the attack has sparked community concern. This neighbor dropping off flowers.
I disagree with you politically, but there's no place for violence in our community, and very, very sorry for what happened to your family.
Meantime, Maria says her husband is fighting for his life in the ICU, while she's praying for a miracle.
I mean, it's fucking sickening. And it's disturbing, and it's just so hard to see people get treated this way simply because they have a difference of political opinion than you, and you feel that because this person voted differently, that they deserve to get their asses beat to the fucking ground in a bloody pulp, almost not making it out alive. If this man doesn't make it out alive, that's gonna make a lot of fucking people angry. And it's so unfortunate because I don't even know what kind of support this woman has or what family support that she has, because nowadays people were cutting off their families just for simply voting differently, so you just never know. But regardless of what, I hope that she gets all the support from her community as much as possible, because at least people are showing up. And even though that guy said, yeah, you know, I don't agree with you politically, but I also don't think that violence should be happening. We need more people like that, because we don't need to be living in a society where your first response to someone having a different opinion is you wanting to fucking kill them. Like, it's just so disturbing. Usually I'm just so ready to say so much smart shit, but like, this is the first time I'm just like truly at a loss for words because it's just completely heartbreaking to see things like this happening in our fucking world because of politics. And to just see how a lot of hate, anger, and division is being drawn from the left. Like, y'all constantly want to try to blame ICE and blame the Trump administration for Alex Pretty and for Renee Good not being alive today, but you're not holding your own party accountable for why those people were there and why those people showed up to antagonize and protest and get in the way of ICE officers simply doing their job because they're constantly telling you, go after these people, stop them from doing their jobs that they're hired to do. And these people do, they got in the way. Renee Good tried to run over an ICE officer with her fucking vehicle. She found out she didn't make it. Alex Pretty decided to show up to a protest who already had a weapon on him, knew that it wasn't a good idea to go after ICE officers with a weapon on him. He found out. He's in the heavens now. Or hell, who knows? And in the end, these people would still be alive if they weren't listening to your stupid ass Democrat politicians telling them to go out there and go antagonize officers. Every time there is some sort of violence being brought to attention on the fucking news, it's always because Democrats have encouraged the left to be so angry and to be so unhinged. Nowadays, even on social media, being a content creator, I've never had so many death threats on my life just because I talk about a difference in opinion when it comes to politics. People don't want to debate the politics anymore. They just want to kill you for thinking differently, for voting differently. It's insane.